immediately go here, and I'm going to do this. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our free live tarot readings.
Dun, dun.
Dun dun dun! But more importantly, you're joining us for the celebration of Lisa's birthday, and we just had cupcakes. Well, you just had.
I had a cupcake. He didn't have a cupcake.
Yeah.
Oh, Gilda.
Oh my goodness!
She's
Gilda's,
first and super chatting.
Gilda's in like Flynn with a super chat already.
Well, thank you very much.
We haven't even started
All
yet.
right, let's see what her question. Can I get general guidance or a message from Spirit?
Well, let's just have a little bit of preamble first.
Oh,
We got to welcome everybody. It's just at the crack of 6, so we have to wait for everybody to appear. Well, not everybody.
Well,
but
Gilda, you're
people.
don't first, so don't worry.
You're on first. Who's on first?
Gilda.
We've done that
Gilda's
before.
on first.
We've done that one
All
before. So yeah, welcome indeed to our live stream this evening. Lisa and I are going to be doing tarot readings, and the way this works is we'll do, generally speaking, about a maximum of 41 card readings, something like that.
40.
Yeah, 40, not 41 card readings.
However, super chats.
However, if you want a more detailed reading and you want to throw us a super chat, and it doesn't matter how much, and don't forget it is Lisa's birthday, hint, hint, nudge, nudge. But if you want to throw us a super chat, we'll do you a more in-depth reading. In fact, Lisa and I will both read for you, and we'll pull you 3 cards. So that's us. And I know I'm gonna be talking a lot, so please forgive me while I open this rather new. Lisa's she's been spoiling us. I'm trying to be healthy and drink non-soda soda, as we call it. We have like
seltzer is what it is, but he likes to call it soda.
Well, we have. It's not soda. There's no sugar in it, so and it's not full of caffeine. And this is all organic, and
it's very nice, actually.
Mango and grapefruit. So Lisa's been spoiling us, and it's quite yummy and very nice. This one just turned up. So cheap plug to Vitacost, who we do buy some stuff from, do we not?
Yes.
If I do. So if you feel like sponsoring us, Vitacost.
All right.
Yes. Anyway,
so
back to what we're supposed to be doing.
Yes, back to the business. It's been quite an entertaining day.
Oh, you poor thing.
But that's all said and done. So anyway,
so we've got a repeat performance tomorrow now. Just please.
Give
us a
all
break.
I can say is
Mercury retrograde.
And very much I feel looked out for. So the first thing that I did when I came in to the studio tonight, up to the altar, was say thank you, Great Mother Caradwyn, thank you, Great God Gwyneth, for protecting me today, because they're obviously on my side. But it was quite a strange day. All right. So tonight I also wanted to let you know, for people who have watched or participated in the 2 rituals that we did.
Yes.
We did one for prosperity and one for healing.
Just put that up.
And whenever we're in here and able to support that energy, or involve more people and get them to go and watch the videos, we have the candles burning. So I came in, I said a little prayer, and I lit the candles. So that energy of health and prosperity is also in the energy of our sacred space tonight while we're doing our work. Wendy, thank you so much. I don't know if you want a card or not. Would you like me to put you on the list? And I have you Mike for Mind, Body, Spirit.
So
that's a
very,
very interesting thing too, because they are so linked. In Reiki, we learn that whatever it comes into your space spiritually or mentally can eventually settle in your physical body.
It can.
And I'm a walking poster child for that. I had some very difficult losses that really broke my heart. And that's when my heart got broke. And then having nothing to do with Anton, no.
No, better not be. Although, I'm usually the pain in the right royal pain in the butt. Me,
this week I'm preparing for something very intense, and of course I have back pain because of that worry, right? Because anytime you're in need of support or you're feeling worried,
That's where
lack
it
of
gets you.
feeling support, well, that's your support
lower
system,
back,
lower
you know?
back.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's been wild, and I will be glad when we get there, Mike, to do a reading for that. All right, so Gilda's first, and she's saying that she would like guidance or a message from Spirit, and she's getting a 3-card reading because she gave us a super chat.
Well, you better go first then. You go first. I go seconded.
1.
I know this one's going to be the second one here. I just know it.
Oh, right, that's right. I almost didn't let you pull.
2.
3.
All right then.
All right. 1, 7 of Pentacles.
Like that card.
2, 3 of Wands.
Not too shabby.
And last, the Tower.
Talk about communication. Talk about.
All right,
Talk
so
about.
I'm going to read first. And Mike says he needs to jump in the health cauldron. I'm going to say that one of your lessons has been to learn patience. And I don't know if you were able to see the program we did the other day where I talked, it was 11sies, and I talked about February and things that are coming for 2022. And it's really a time of what you put into it, you're going to get out of it. And what you've invested, you're going to reap the reward of. So this first card, Gilda, tells me that that patience that you've been having with whatever the situation or all of the situations and people, that patience is going to pay off. The next card talks about inheritance, but I think in your case, this is your children receiving their due from their father. So I think he may rethink things and decide that he doesn't want to screw with you, and he's going to man up. Okay.
Well, that'd be good.
Now, the last card,
However.
being the Tower,
However bit.
I'd like to point out that those little drops of enlightenment,
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
the little drops of enlightenment are those shards of things that are flying out of the tower. So
yuck.
there's a lot of information to be had. You just have to learn how to receive it, right? When we think about the Tower of Babel or the Tower of Babel in the Bible, say that 3 times fast.
Babel in the Bible.
The Reader's Digest version is that these people were building a tower to get to heaven, and God says this isn't how you get to heaven, and he burst it asunder and made them speak all different languages, because if they couldn't talk to each other, then they couldn't build the tower in the wrong way. So I think for you, this is kind of a lesson about boundaries and a lesson about clarity and also an understanding of information. Sometimes when there is a history with a person, it's not easy to go forward and forget that history. We take whatever they say, not at face value, we take it what that value would have been prior. And recognize that he's probably doing that with you as well, or the other people are doing that with you as well. So if you have made pressurized threats or, not maybe followed through on something, remind him that you're a different person now and your patience is done and you're going to follow through, so he better man up. But I think that really things are getting better, things are getting easier, you're going to feel fulfilled that your children are being taken care of, and that's going to give you a little more time for you to get things done that you need to get done. And overall, I think it's a great reading. Don't worry about the tower. The tower is more of like a, hey, heads up, communicate clearly.
So I'm going to take the last one first, the Tower, curiously enough. And yeah, I mean, it looks like a pretty devastating card, doesn't it? Tower being blasted by lightning and people plummeting out of there. But there's also a great deal of enlightenment being shed here as well. So this card to me is very much about the falsehood will collapse under its own weight. So if somebody has been, blowing smoke up your ass, putting it bluntly, it ain't going to flush no more. It really isn't going to flush. And I'm going to work backwards because I think that's the way that we're going to approach that, because we're headed here, which is the key.
Kathy, all you have to do is ask and give us a topic. Okay.
not terribly, nuclear physics might be a bit hard, but we'll give it a go. Anyway, so yeah, this interestingly enough is the distance lens enchantment, or a clearer perspective, if you will. So I think there's a realization when you can see the whole picture. When you it's a truism, isn't it? When you're up to your ass in alligators, it's hard to recall your original objective was to drain the swamp. And sometimes we can get so involved in dealing with the minutiae of the situation, dealing with the necessary things that have to be dealt with, we forget what the hell we're supposed to be doing. We forget what our objective actually was. And sometimes you need to just take yourself away from that a little bit, Find the higher ground. This, to me, whenever this card comes up, is very much about finding the higher ground. And it's not just about, for you, Gilda, finding the higher ground morally or mentally, but literally find the higher ground. Go for a walk, go for a hike. And this will, it's good cardiovascular stuff for you. When you get to the top, you've got that amazing sort of landscape around you where it trivializes the stuff that's been weighing perhaps quite heavily on you. You get caught up in the beauty of the incredible landscape around you. But interesting enough, as Lisa alluded to here, this is where you see your 3 ships come sailing in. Ha ha. And this is a good omen, a very, very good omen. So if you can manage to just be a little patient and do what is necessary, simply put one foot in front of the other. There's no stellar secrets here. There's no, I've got the key that unlocks the mastery of the universe. This is just doing simply what is necessary. And it's not complicated, but it's about doing it well and doing it to the best of your ability and not being in a mad rush about it. And if you do that, look what the heck happened. This Constant Gardener card is a really, really good card. So that's where we got to. So whatever falsehood you've been dealing with is going to collapse under its own weight. The days of blowing smoke up your bum are gone, all right? You're going to get a much clearer picture. And I would suggest, to help you do so, detach a little bit, and find that higher ground and just be patient, and it all comes together really well. So these are not sucky cards, Gilda. That's our 2 cents. Or $9.99 in actual fact. So thank you so much for that. So, right. Where are we on now? Who we got next? Who's our next lucky customer?
All right, so I'm going to do Sparky.
Okay. Hello, Sparky. How are you?
She's a regular reading, and she'd like to know about 2022, February. She wants to know about February.
Oh, for goodness sakes, go watch 11's. Honestly, well, she went off on a tangent.
If you see this past 11's, yeah, there's a lot of information about 2022 in general.
And how?
But February, we know the new moon on the 1st brings in the year of the water tiger. So there's an awful lot of creative energy being offered to everyone.
I'm almost wearing water tiger colours, aren't I?
Well, you is the water tiger. All right. So this card is for Sparky for February in particular.
Okay.
I see this card as travel for business and pleasure. I also see it as great success, right? So even though things may have not gone exactly how you planned, I see great success, right? So if we say, well, he looks kind of like Christopher Columbus, and he does kind of look like Christopher Columbus, and you remember...
I suppose he might.
He had to go and plead his case to the Queen of Spain to get the money for the ships, but he got them and he went and he had a great time,
Still had to leave Portugal.
And then he said he discovered America, but there were already people living there, kind of, so he didn't really discover it. It was already there. But anyway, he made a success, and we still know about him today. I'm not saying that you are Christopher Columbus. I'm just saying that don't be discouraged. Plead your case, get the money you need for the work that you're doing, and I think you're going to really receive some great input, right? I think you're going to get great money, but I also think that there's pleasure involved. It's not just cool business, that there's going to be, like, I don't know, for example, you've always wanted to go to New Orleans, but you've never been able to have the time off or afford to go to New Orleans. And now your job wants to send you there. So you make sure that you pad the time a little bit so you can walk around and
it's coming up to Mardi Gras, isn't it?
I don't know with COVID what's going on, but I'm just saying, I think February is going to be stellar for you. All right. So next, if you would do Vittoria.
Hello, Victoria.
And she wants general, and then I'll catch up with these guys.
Everybody wants a general. Well, there you go. Did you shuffle these? Well, here's an interesting thing, and forgive the little tangent here, but I think it's necessary. What becomes quite apparent very, very quickly is that there is definitely some kind of over soul, over whatever you want to go. It's like the whole evening takes on a theme of itself, and there's like this. Even if you're one of those lurkers and you're just going to sit in the background and just watch, you're probably going to get a message for you here anyway, because it's kind of cool. I mean, this is the second time out for this already, and yeah, Lisa did shuffle that.
There's just this over soul, or this theme that seems to come in.
It's like a reading for the zeitgeist, if you will.
Well, the group that shows up, isn't it?
Or
You
the
can get
collective
something
energy
from,
of the group.
Absolutely,
Exactly.
It's collective. I wouldn't say necessarily that it's a collective reading, because we are trying to be very specific to the person that we're reading for, but you certainly could get information from the other person's reading. Like, oh, they said something about water tiger and creativity, and oh, they said, so there'll be something in here for you to hold on to and understand. Like when I was talking to Mike about the mind, body, spirit thing, I'm really sorry. I didn't
You're
mean to
cool.
interrupt
You're
you.
totally cool. It's no. You make more sense than me most of the time, so it's all good. Seriously, we mentioned, I think when we were doing Gilda's reading, this card came up, and we said, particularly I said, you need a clearer perspective and find higher ground, higher moral ground. For you, Victoria, this is particularly key. You're a bit bamboozled at the moment. Things are a bit, I can't quite figure this out. I'm not quite so sure which way to hold it up, etc., etc. You desperately need to distance yourself a little bit. It's like me saying to you, Victoria, look at this beautiful forest we're stood in. You're going, what chuffing forest? All I see is this huge thing in front of me. Maybe if I cut the thing down, I can see the forest. No. No, you have to get your ass out of the forest, and then you can climb a hill and you look, there's a forest. And when you go back in, it changes totally. And I think it's one of the secrets of getting to truly know who you are, to know yourself, is to actually get outside of yourself. To actually get out of your own way, if that makes sense, Because I think somehow you've got so much going on, and you've got like potential off the chart, but it's almost like you frustrate yourself because you find obstacle after obstacle after obstacle. And I think if you just distance yourself a little bit and got that clearer perspective, I think it's all going to come into a much clearer focus for you. So stop, going into the nth degree, and let's have just a general overview. What's our plan here? What are we trying to do? What is the objective at the end of the day? And I think, maybe a review of that, and don't be overly critical of yourself, but do really allow yourself a bit of time to process, the stuff I think that's almost on top of you. So you're going to come good out of this. This is not a sucky card, all right? It's not a sucky card. You'll be all right.
All right. So for people who are just joining us,
yes.
Kathy asked, she would like to ask about marriage and engagement for her daughter. How does her daughter get on this live? Well, she would have to go to our YouTube station.
Yep.
And click on it. So
it's as tough as it gets.
It's not hard. Okay.
Send her the link. You're here.
Rosa, I have you down for a card. And Stevie D, yes, there is a time for you. And I wrote down your question. And then we have somebody join who's Y'all Say Groovy. Well, Y'all Say Groovy, if you want a card, let us know. And Y'all Say Groovy says, without an account photo, there is no light. We don't need to see your face to give you a reading. So if you did want a question, you could ask us a question. Or you can just hang out and listen, because sometimes people like to do that. Because we were just saying that whatever we say...
Photo, there is no light.
Without him, there could be no darkness. Without her, there could be no light.
Without
Together,
an
they
account
make this
photo,
right
I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds exciting.
I don't know. But you can hang out and listen. You don't have to have a card if you don't have a question or you don't want to. Oh my God, Tom!
She was just talking about you.
I was just talking about you. I told
She was.
I told Anton we were going to have a pint of gin together.
We're going to drink gin until we can't pronounce it. Yeah, that'll
she's
work.
on, but she can't get onto the chat part. Well,
I think you have to have a Facebook account.
no, it's not Facebook. It's YouTube.
Even YouTube. Sorry, I know it was something like that. Yeah, you have to at least be registered, otherwise you can't chat anonymously.
Well, she
So
can't
it
chat, but
doesn't-
she could hear what we're saying.
Yeah.
So
It's you can't chat anonymously. There is no, but
All right.
somebody could ask the question.
anyway,
All right.
where are we at? Okay,
I
so
don't know. I think I've just done my bit. It must be your turn.
yeah, it's my
now.
turn, and Mike is up next. But
All right,
y'all
then.
say groovy. If you have a question, let me know. Rosa,
We should just all say.
if you
groovy.
want a specific question, let me know. I like Tanqueray. And Tom,
She
I'm
does.
putting you on the list. If you want a card, let us know. And if you want a topic,
I'm glad
let us
she's
know.
doing this, because if you had to rely on me to try and keep things in order,
Oh, no, I'm very, very organized. All right, so I'm up at Mike.
I'd still be on the
Mike
first reading.
Health. Mike Health, Mind, Body, Spirit. Do, 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 do.
Dun dun dun! What do we have for Mike?
If it's the 3 of Wands, I'm going to laugh. Oh, no.
Oh, Kingeth of Cuppeth.
Mike, are you Cancerian?
Who
What,
knows?
what sign are you, Mike?
I do not know. I know he joins in a lot, but I do not know much about it.
Okay. First of all, I'm going to say I am not trying to unvalidate things that are going on with you with the statements that I'm going to make. Okay?
There's a
I-
but, isn't there?
I recognize that you could feel like crap and that you can have a laundry list of diagnoses. Believe me, I know. But I think the most important thing for your situation is to be mindful of what you tell yourself. Scorpio, okay. I knew you're a very watery dude, but I couldn't remember. Okay. Be very mindful of what you tell yourself, right? What thoughts you have become how you live, and your thoughts are the medicine of your mind. The food you eat is the medicine of your body,
No, it should be.
right? So don't allow yourself to have crappy thoughts about yourself, and don't allow yourself to eat crappy food. If you can go organic
So
or
much the
even
better.
plant-based, whatever you can afford, the better you can eat, the better you will feel. I've been on an organic diet now for about 6 months, and I've actually lost 30 pounds. So it's a good thing. But I still have my laundry list of crap, and I
Working
still
through it.
don't always talk nice to myself. So I would say be mindful of what you say to yourself and how you feel about things, My mom always said, if you can't feel good, look good and you'll feel better. So when you go to the mirror in the morning to brush your teeth or whatever you're going to do to get ready, look at yourself and say, I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to be healthy. And absolutely recognize the things that are bothering you in a way that you can send them healing rather than let them drag you down, So I was saying, if my back is out. Of course my back is out because I have all these things and I feel like I can't support myself. So there goes my support. But I still have to talk to myself and say, it's not so bad. You could walk that far. You could climb those stairs. You could do whatever. And you get yourself going, and then when you're going, you feel a little better. I'm going to say to you that it might be time for a second opinion, that somebody may have planted a seed for you that isn't the right track for you to get well. And many times, I'm not saying modern medicine isn't important. It's absolutely important. I'm being very careful here the way I present this. But many times they turn into a sentence that they don't need to be. So maybe get a second opinion and see what the best treatment would be and see how you can kind of bring yourself back to a place of restored health, right? Because many times restoring yourself is more important than masking a problem, right? Oh, well, you're diabetic, here, you have to have this. Okay, but if I meditated and organized my eating, and, it wouldn't be as bad, right? So
Well, certainly in the case of type 2 diabetes.
If it's type 2 diabetes, you may be able to restore your body. If it's type 1, then you have to be more diligent. So I think pay more healthy attention to yourself, and God Almighty, get rid of as much stress as you can.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So
put it in the bin. Lose the stress.
Marie is up with general, and I'll try to catch up with all these
all
peeps
right,
here.
because this is like a ton of people. Because in case you hadn't noticed, it's actually Lisa's birthday today. So yes, we've had a fun day.
Uncle Tom seems to be flirting with somebody named MS.
Okay.
Or the other way around. All right.
Is this?
You're
me?
looking.
What?
You are
What?
looking amazing. I don't know if that's to Tom, me, or Anton, but.
Well, thank you. Well, whoever's looking amazing.
It might be to me. You don't diet. You look great. Oh, well, thank you so much. If you want a card, MS, let me know. Alice, thank you. Happy birthday. I hope you enjoyed your Scotch eggs for Burns night.
Some can eat and some can eat and some would eat that want it, but we can eat and we can eat.
Okay, she's all signed on.
There you go. Marvelous.
She's listening. Okay.
What am I doing?
You are doing Marie
Yes.
with a general reading.
All right, Marie. I'm sorry. We're almost vaguely
catching up.
organised. Yes. So there you go. All right. And if you guys want to throw us a super chat, you're most welcome to do so.
You can move to the head of the pack.
You will move to the head of the pack, and you will also get a more in-depth reading from Lisa and I. We will pull you a number of cards rather than just the one. So Marie wants a general reading.
General, yep. And I have on the list Tom, MS, and Alice, but you'd have to let us know if you want a card or not. Oh.
Not a sucky card. Not a sucky card at all. Basically, this is God's promise of a happy marriage. I say God's promise. I honour many gods, but
well, that's the other thing. Find yourself a good God, Mike.
Yeah, there you go. But this very much is. There's like a great deal of happiness. There's a rainbow, so there's been rain here. There's been some struggle, but rain is necessary. I mean, if you're up Senny Bridge in a force 9 gale and the rain is coming at you sideways, yes, it's unpleasant, but rain does help things grow. And undoubtedly, we've got, the 10 of cups here, and we've got this beautiful flow of water coming past. And where I come from, and I'm not a feng shui master, far from it. I know naught of such technical things, but I know enough to be moderately dangerous, and a house on a hill with a river running past is an extraordinarily good omen as well. So we've got really the total happy picture here. So is that your aspiration? Is that where you want to be? Because all is necessary is to simply visualize it. Practice daily an attitude of gratitude. Count your blessings, as they say. Not focus on your curses. Not focuses on, oh, this is so hard, this is so difficult, this is so painful. Yeah? Because that's going to bring your whole zeitgeist down. But if you focus on, oh, wow, look at this, it's all so beautiful and so wonderful. Guess what? It is. So there you go. This is not a sucky card. I just think it's where you really just maybe need to adjust your focus a little bit and start to practice daily an attitude of gratitude, and you'll get more things to be grateful for.
All right, time to shuffle up.
Shuffle up we do.
All right, we've got Diane.
Yes, I think Tom was saying this is not my usual poison. No, we're trying to actually do a very mature presentation here, and having me half cut is not going to help with that. That could be interesting. We should do Lego and shots. That should be fun.
Lego and shots? Who are you? May and
I saw
Hammond
it done.
and May,
Hammond and May did it one time.
Oh.
I thought that could be fun.
All right. All right. So.
Who you got?
Diane.
Oh, hello, Diane.
And she would like insight for her work life ahead.
Oh.
Well, first I'm going to say to you, we are all taliesin, because this is the the bard off on a little trip. What I've always found fascinating about this card, Diane, is that the sun is white and the sky is yellow. So the sun being white tells us that we are protected. And the yellow light is connection to solar plexus chakra, willpower, confidence, independence, all those kind of things that allow us to take steps forward. So I'm going to say, remember that if someone offers you the job, they think you can do it. So should you. So the question is, do you want to do it? Because you absolutely can do it. Okay? So it might be time where you're kind of at that space. Do I want to move forward? Or do I want to stay where I am? Right? If I take that leap forward and I take on more responsibility, and I might have to learn about new people, and there's going to be a different dynamic, and yes, I'll make more money, but there'll be more responsibility. Will my hours be the same? You know, there's a lot of things. I feel like you're weighing up a lot of things, but the short answer is I do feel you are going to have offers, and you get to make the choice whether you want to do it or not. But I want you to remember, if they offer it to you, you absolutely can do it. Do you want to do it?
I love the Fool card.
So,
why is this person in the deck?
Kathy's question is actually for her daughter, who did manage to get on, and she's subscribed but can't go live, but she's on and listening. Would like information about marriage and engagement.
Avoid it at all possible costs.
Oh, you know. I will tell you, Alice the Pisces, that I think you do know Tom, the Leo. And Leo and Pisces is what I'm describing the year of the water tagger as being.
If you get after this broadcast, go check it out. It's hilarious because there was such a parallel. We talk about I just listened intently. Lisa was explaining the energies of water tiger as we move into that, and it really almost is this quintessential sort of Leonine Piscean kind
energy,
of thing going on,
right.
Which is like super fizzy and dynamic.
So Marie says thank you, and
You're
Diane says thank you. Happiness on your day. Thank you. And Alice, there is time for you a card.
Of course.
And MS says, you are so cute right now.
Well, how nice.
When in our age. Well, you can't tell how old I am because the fat spreads out the wrinkles. So,
I love it.
And Tom, did you want a card or not, Tom?
Yeah, get up. Come on.
You know,
come on.
It's time to crap or get off the pot. And Cassandra
said that. She said
Cassandra says good morning. Good morning.
Hello, Cassandra, wherever you are.
Australia or something?
Morning could be Australia. Could be. Yeah, could be.
You never know.
Could be. Would be in actual fact, wouldn't it?
But good morning.
Australia is,
and Cassandra,
is a cool,
if you want a card, just let us know. And if there's a topic, let us know that too.
How about that then? All right.
Oh, her hearts were for Anton's poetry.
My poetry?
Oh.
I didn't do any poetry, did I? I did a bit of Robbie Burns.
I don't know. He had to read me the Robbie Burns thing, and Mika, whatever, go on.
Squats, yeah.
Kathy's daughter.
Right.
Marriage and engagement.
Oh, I already said avoid it at all costs. No, okay. Well, I suppose we should.
Get serious.
I suppose we might. Well, turns out I'm only half joking. Many a true word spoken in jest here. So what we've got here is the Five of Swords, and five for me can be a struggle.
Somebody might be talking the talk and not walking the walk here.
Might be a bit of a struggle. And I feel that somehow, and I don't know whether this is your daughter, I feel that there's an element of capitulation here.
What's capitulation mean?
Capitulation, literally to give somebody your head. That's where it comes from. Oh yeah, capital crime, take off the head, that's where it comes from, to capitulate means you have knocked your king over.
Oh, so it's not
You
somebody's
have-
taken your mind away?
Your head. No, literally severed your head from your body, if you
Well,
will.
I don't think her
Decapitated.
fiance's going to do
No,
that.
no. But that's where it comes from. It's like you've surrendered your king. You've surrendered your authority. You have capitulated. You have given in entirely. It's more than surrender. It excuse me. It really is just like dropping the sword. All essence of fight and standing up for what's right has come out of the equation. Somebody's cracking her up here. Well, it's her birthday. She's allowed to have a bit of fun, so that's good. And I'm trying to be dead serious at this point. I'm just going to go. I'm trying to talk to this young lady about matters of life and the heart, and you're just poking fun. So anyway, there's good and bad in this card. Fives, as I said, 5 is the awkward struggle. It really is. 5 can be a bit of a handle, It really can. But there is an interesting strength in a 5 as well. So this can be like a firming up. And if this is a victory, it's only merely a temporary victory. If somebody's pulled one over on her, if somebody's got one over on you, because I understand you watch it, it's only going to be short-lived. It really is. It's not going to be a permanently lasting thing. But I think there's also another side to this card which presents itself right now. And I think for you, one of your unsung strengths, and it's interesting.
This is Kathy's daughter's
Yeah.
unsung strength. Okay.
The unsung strengths is your ability to just like dust people down, put them back on your feet. Or it could be getting mixed up with your mum because your mum's asking the bloody questions. So maybe your mum is the one who's very good at dusting people off and, sorting them out, sticking a Band-Aid where a Band-Aid needs to go, have a cup of tea, nice slice of hot toast, whatever, and let's get back on with it. And I think that is a wonderful thing, that sometimes we need to do that. The setbacks are only setbacks, and are they the things that define you? Are you, do you want to go through life defined by everything that didn't work out right, or do you want to be defined by your general awesomeness? And I would strongly suggest by your general awesomeness. And nowhere in the liturgy of awesome people do we say, but they gave up. Yeah, it doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down. The essence is to get back up again. And I think, you might have been through a bit of a mill, and you might have been, I'm going to say you've probably been let down, and probably lied to be honest. And that's okay. Better you find out now than after the occasion. Much better, trust me. All right? I've said my piece. Well,
Steph?
that was a meaningful stroke with the pen.
Steph is up next.
Hello,
and
Steph.
Steph said she was wondering if there was any message from her husband who passed away last year.
Oh.
So I'll preface tonight by saying that I am not a medium. Obviously, I'm an extra large. But no, I don't necessarily speak to particular spirits. I'm not a medium per se. But what I can do is focus on your energy, pull a card, and give you the message of that card as if it were the message from your spirit. The Magician. It's an interesting card, and I love that the flowers in the front are flowers of passion and flowers of innocence. And the Magician has everything he needs to do what he needs to do. I'm kind of feeling like your husband is almost in a place of like learning how to be spirit, What do I mean by that, right? So you go, Well, I mean, we don't know how it works, and I certainly don't know what his belief system was. But I think that there's a big aha moment when you get to other. And a lot of things are explained that maybe you didn't know about in this incarnation. And I'm going to say that through meditation, he would be more than happy to speak to you, So maybe you want to find something that you use as a tool, whether it's tarots or ohms or runes or, scrying, whatever tool you want to learn to speak to other with. He would be more than happy to help that magic happen and speak to you through that tool. But I think you kind of sense that he's around you and kind of looking out for you. And I don't know who David is, but I feel like that's an important thing to say, that there's something going on with that name.
What is remembered lives.
Those who are remembered live. Okay. You described her first marriage, which was lies and cheating. She's been divorced a few years. Okay.
Well, that's good then. That's good.
Well, then
okay.
her important thing, Kathy's daughter, if you're listening, don't hold your past against your future.
Never good.
Many times we learn what we live so well, we put that on the future, and we've got to make sure we leave it in the past. All right. Anton.
That'll be me.
Barb.
Hello, Bob.
Barb wants to know if her relationship is going to work out.
Well, I guess this all depends what you mean by work out.
That's not a bad card.
This is not a bad card. Not necessarily a brilliant card, but not necessarily a bad card. Here's the old Chinese curse, though. May you live in interesting times.
Well,
and I think there is
one that has to be worked out a little
I think
bit.
there is a constant adjustment necessary.
Ooh, that's a good word.
Constant adjustment. When you have to go around a corner in a car, you ever sat and worked out just exactly how far you're supposed to turn the steering wheel? It's highly complicated. Because also certain cars have got sharper steering than other cars. Some you might have to turn the wheel a long way to get, the same degree of angular deflection. Others, you can flick them around like a go-kart. But how do you work out exactly how far is right? Well, you don't, do you? You do it as a constant feedback loop. You see that, I've got now I and you don't think about it. It's like this automatic. I just do what's necessary, and I think if you continue to do this beautiful, never-ending, and it's never going to end, honestly. But if you continue to make that wonderful adjustment as necessary,
Barb, this is your reading.
if you lift up when others need to be lifted, if you allow yourself to be lifted when you need to be lifted up, if by bringing this flow of energy, this constant give and take, I think things sort of maintain an equilibrium, albeit a continually shifting equilibrium. Okay, if that makes sense. I mean, sometimes it's all of this and sometimes it's all of that, but it's always some of each, always in there, and so it continues. So, yeah, it depends what you mean about how it works out. If you're expecting the fairy tale, the ivory towers, the beautiful castle in Scotland, and the landed gentry and all that, I'm not feeling that. But if you're prepared to kind of work and accept there will be ups and downs, and accept sometimes that things may be almost completely out of hand, but they're never out of hand. They've always got this constant adjustment going on. I guess that's what's going to work out. It's not going to be boring, though. I will tell you that.
All right.
That's it.
So
I don't know if that helps or hurts. I don't know. I don't know. That's my disclaimer. I haven't had enough beer. Oh, look, somebody sent us a super chat. Thank you.
Look closer.
Look closer is definitely going up to the top of the list.
All right, so we're going to put her on there, or him.
They, I don't know. Whatever, look closer. You have to look closer.
I'll look closer. I think it's a chick, but I can't tell you.
Who knows? May not even be their picture.
Okay, a look closer. You've super chat us. General. Okay.
Everybody wants a bloody general.
All right, so
there's room for
I'm
privates,
going to pull first because it was happy generals are good things. One.
See?
Oh, you got to pull one.
Well, I'll get that one actually. Okay.
Cassandra does want a card. Okay, let me get you on the list. Okay. Oh.
Dun dun dun.
All right, this card again.
Third time that one's come up.
All right, so
You
this
get to
was
go
number
first.
1. This was number 1, the 6 of Cups. Number 2, the 7 of Swords. Number 3, the 3 of...
Isn't that the 8 of Swords?
Oh, 8 of Swords, sorry, and
Yeah,
the 3 of Wands. That's why I was pausing, because I was going,
Yeah, what? No, that's the 8 of Swords. Sorry.
The vegan medium. The vegan medium. Hello, vegan medium. If you want a card, let us know. All right.
Oh.
So I'm going to say...
If we can hold on to them.
There's some very, very positive news coming from someone that you knew in the past. So it's somebody that maybe you went to school with, or a relative, like a cousin that you haven't seen in a long time, or someone that you worked with when you were doing an internship. It's somebody that you haven't seen in a while. And I think you're going to get an invitation from them that's going to come with some really, really good information. And I would say do your best to meet that invitation. You know, don't think, well, I haven't seen them in so long, I don't even know who they are, I'm not sure if I want to trust them or listen to them, or what could they possibly have to tell me. Go ahead and get the information, because I think it's going to make a big impact. But I also think that in some way, you're going to have to digest the information and figure out how to use it in order to make the most of it. But I do think, because this is your outcome card, that it is going to make a huge difference. So if somebody you haven't seen in a while asks you to invest money in something and you think, well, I don't have a lot of money, I don't know what to do, blah, 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 hear them out, because I think that once you take that step, it's going to pay off way better than you thought. And I don't know why I need to tell you this, but
Just say it.
A closer look. What I want you to do is
take a closer look.
Clean out your purse or wallet.
Ooh.
February 1st, and everybody who's listening could do this as well. February 1st is the new moon, and it ushers in the year of the water tiger. And if you want to set your prosperity, everybody who's listening, set your prosperity for the new year, clean out your wallet or clean out your purse, wipe it out, maybe put a drop of essential oil, go to the bank and get some cash out, even if it's only $5, so that there's cash in your wallet. So many people don't carry money these days, so all they have is credit card debt. Put a few dollars in there.
Or credit cards.
And if you have a little lucky charm or talisman, or you want to write on a piece of paper, I deserve to be wealthy, and put it with your cash, set yourself for the new year. But I think some really, really good information or opportunity is coming from someone that you did have some kind of relationship with in the past, and that you have to figure out a way not to hold yourself back from your prosperity. And
See,
then
now,
you are going to read her probably completely different, and that's fine.
Now this is what happens all the time. So if you go to any of the readers at our store in our crazy dysfunctional family, you'll find that pretty much everybody would have, there will be definite similarities, especially if we're dealing with the same person, the same subject. But there are always, I don't know, there's things come out in a different way. And I have to say, it's interesting that you're called Look Closer, because what's going on with you is how you look at things, and we really need to talk about that. So pin your lug holes back.
Uh-oh.
And don't be hurling any nasties at me, because I have nothing to do with this. My disclaimer is I just open my mouth and words fall out. So yeah, you're the recipient of these. Interesting. Looking closer is looking away here at a shadowy figure that appears to be disappearing out the picture, and I sense that all you're focused on is the loss here of even if this is a bloody good thing, even if this is the end of a really toxic relationship, even if it was that, I'm not suggesting it is, but even if it were, I think there's part of you is still hanging on to that deep regret and loss. And this is really highlighted by the second card that you got, which is the Eight of Swords. And if we look, and we look really close at this card, because I want you to do that. I don't know if you have one. I'm going to bring it close up to the camera so maybe you can see it a little better. All right, so the Eight of Swords, an interesting card for you here. Look closer. What we see is
look closer.
Look closer, look closer. What we see is a blindfold and bound woman on a tidal flat, surrounded by a prison of swords on a tidal flat with the tide out.
There aren't any swords in front of her.
Oh, well, there's a bit of a giveaway, isn't it? There's more to it than that. If you look closely, you'll see there isn't a single knot on those binds. A simple shrug, they fall away. Lift the blindfold, you see that the swords do not, in fact, ensnare you. You can just walk out of there, no problem at all. So, for the third time tonight, and I don't know how long you've been watching.
Because there's always an oversoul theme.
Yep. This is about gaining a clearer perspective, and sometimes involves distancing yourself from it, you know, not necessarily becoming a recluse or far from the madding crowd. Just gain a clearer perspective, and sometimes you can get too close to something to actually see the whole picture. So for you, a clearer perspective can be gleaned by elevating your position, climbing to higher ground. And I see this morally, spiritually, mentally, physically, all of the above, for you to do that. And I think we need to start shifting how you perceive things, because I think your perception is what manifests your reality. What your perception becomes reality. Ooh, look at this bloody great big, huge, heavy thing in front of me that I can't possibly move. What you actually got in front of you there is 50 pounds of gold.
You'd figure out a way.
You know, are you going to see it as a weight and a pain in the ass, or are you going to see like, oh, what on earth can I get with this? You know, so sometimes the things that you see as being your bête noire, your Achilles heel, your weak points, because I think you're hugely self-critical, and I'm so sorry about that, because I think you're a lovely person, honestly. So I think you can just wind your self-criticism in a bit, easy for me to say apparently. If you could wind that in a bit, if you could start to see yourself perhaps as others see you, and not be so hung up with the things that you're focused on at the moment, which I think, you know, unsettle you. I think you're going to do okay. So this is a right attitudinal realignment necessary reading for you. But make that change. The world's your oyster, kid.
All right. So
that's my 2 cents anyway.
As turns go.
It
is your turn.
Oh God, I got to speak more. I'm going to speak more.
And this is a card for Rosa, General.
Hello, Rosa. All right, let's have a look. It's obviously this one here, isn't it? Oh, hey, I like this. So there are 3 cards in the deck, and they're all ones that happen to have 3 pyramids on them. This is one of them. Whenever I pick a card, or it comes up in a reading, especially when it's the first one, this always indicates I'm speaking to an old soul. So welcome, old soul.
This is a reading for Rose.
So Rose, yeah, well, Rose wants... you need to start going back to your basics, kid. And reconnect with that wonderful innate wisdom that you've been ignoring for a while now. I think maybe you've had your head too far inserted in muggledom. It happens, you know. We all have to deal with the crazies and the muggles around us, you know. But you have an incredible innate wisdom. You know things. You don't know how on earth you know it, but you're an old soul. You know, this isn't your first rodeo. So go back to starting to stop second guessing yourself so much, and really allow your innate wisdom to figure more prominently in your problem solving process. I want to say here, you're wise beyond your years, and you know this makes sense. So use it, and I think you'll do okay.
Right, and don't settle for anyone. Right, if you're
on the fence,
don't settle. All right. So I'm up next with Stevie D for Love Life.
Hello, Stevie D.
And hi, Lisa. If you want a 1-card reading tonight, just let us know if you have a theme and we'll give you a card. And if you want a super chat, you can have a 3-card reading.
You can.
So
Yes,
this
we'll
is Stevie
gladly.
D's Love Life.
Oh, interesting.
You know that old saying, like, it's feast or famine? So,
I nearly nosed my drink then.
love life. There's either no prospects,
It's either DOA or you're fighting them off with a
right? There's
a
no
grotty
prospects,
stick. I need
no
a straw.
prospects, or there's just too much choice. But in all seriousness, I do think that you're coming into a time where you want something more stable, and you want to try to pick the right person who can be a partner and offer you stability and a little less chaos. So
We'll embrace the crazy.
I'm going to say, yeah, I'm going to say I think over the next 6 months, things are going to be very clear to you as to who might be the better choice. Because I just don't think that you can do 2 relationships and do it justice, right? Like, yes, it's people's personal life is their personal life, and if everybody agrees, you could see however many people you want. But I think that you're in the place in your life where you don't want a bunch of partners, you want one serious partner. So over the next 6 months, I think you're going to be aware of which person you really should be with, which person will give you that sense of partnership, not just, a booty call. So listen, and you'll choose wisely.
Yes.
All right.
Sage
So
advice.
see where we are here. Lisa D, relationship.
Hello, Lisa D. We got, look, everybody.
And Michelle's here, but she's just listening. That's fine.
Well, that's
Because
perfect.
there's always good information to be had. So you're up next for Tom.
Hello, Tom.
Love and marriage.
Is it our Tom?
It is our Tom. It is our Tom, Leo.
Nourishment, mate, not punishment. Save yourself. Go on, you know it. Let's have a look. Oh, mate.
Oh no, not a Scorpio. No, no, I'm kidding.
Oh, it says it all. It says it. Actually, I'm going to throw this one straight back at you, what is it? Oh, I think the lady doth protest too much, kind of thing, yeah. There's an element of come here now, go the hell away. Come here, go away. Come here, go away. Going on. Talk about mixed signals with you, my friend. So yeah, I get it. You've been through the mill, putting it politely. You've been pooped upon from a great height. I understand. And for you, trust is difficult, but it's something you're. Oh God, you're the male equivalent of the Pat Benatar "Promises in the Dark" song. That's what's going on with you. What? She's.
No, I'm typing because I don't want to talk over.
Oh, I don't know. See, but I'm so easily distracted. What, squirrel? What's going on now? What are you talking about? It's all fun. But yeah, you want to trust. It's difficult to trust. You think I shouldn't trust. You trust. You get pooped on. I think you've got to have a stern word with yourself about what's okay, what's reasonable, what's desirable, what's unreasonable, what's undesirable, what's to be avoided at all possible costs.
Well, this sounds like he's saying kind of like make your checklist and then focus on that.
And because I think sometimes, whether you realise this or not, Tom, I think you're slewing off all manner of mixed signals, because I don't think you're totally clear in your mind of what good looks like. You might have an idea, but that idea shifts sometimes, and you might have had painful realisations that some of the ideas you thought were a brilliant idea weren't so hot after all. So don't beat up on yourself, though. I think the sword is very telling here, and I'm going to come at you from left field. Take up fencing. I mean that. Seriously. Take up fencing. And I think, I don't know, I just, somehow I think you're going to meet the person you've meant to meet for some appreciable time. I think enough of this. Just take up fencing. Do it now. You know, go find your Yellow Pages or the Intertubes or whatever. Do it now.
Fencing. I could see that actually.
Don't know why.
All right.
I'll just learn to let stuff come out. So I'm gonna go with it.
Alice,
Talk about mixed signals with fencing.
Alice, a message from Spirit.
Ooh, hey.
Alice, your message is prosperity. So somehow you're going to work something out that's going to give you that huge exhale you've been looking for. And you are going to have enough money to be able to take advantage of the exhale. And you're going to be able to live very well. So there's something really, really positive coming from Spirit tonight for you that says, don't worry about money. I get specifically, it came as the words, there's a big exhale coming for you. So you don't have to go around, there's a big exhale coming. It's going to be a big relief.
That's not too shabby. I'll take that.
All right.
Who we got?
Cassandra with love.
Where is Cassandra? Did we find out?
No.
Oh,
Didn't find out.
well, never mind. So, Cassandra, would you shuffle them? Because I
want me
feel
to
like,
shuffle?
yeah.
Time to shuffle.
I'm pretty sure I'm just about to pull
The same
the
three of
Three of
swords, wands,
Wands
whatever
again.
it is again.
There's only so much you can apply that to with love, isn't there? Here we go. It's this one here. This one. This very one, if I can get it. Oh, speaking of wands. Interesting. I don't know if you were around earlier, Cassandra, when we were talking about me knowing enough feng shui to be positively dangerous. But I mentioned a house on a hill. I think it was a 10 of cups that came out, and it got the house on the hill with a river running past. It's not a bloody house. This is a palace on a hill with a river running past. Hey, this is beyond good omen. So hold on to your hat, kid. Things are going to get interesting around
quick.
you. Is this specifically about romance?
Yes.
Well, words whirlwind romance spring to mind. You know, hello, I love you. Won't you tell me your name? Kind of thing. I don't know. I think this is going to be as subtle as a flying house brick, which isn't. You know?
Well, what I'm going to say is don't hold yourself back thinking that you don't know them well enough.
Right.
Right? Sometimes things happen very quickly, and it doesn't matter if you've dated for 6 days or 6 months, it's not going to change its intensity.
More regrets come about by people saying, oh, if only I'd have done that. It could have been me. It should have been me. You know? Yeah.
I mean, come on, he got on a plane and came for 2 weeks, and we hadn't even seen what each other looked like, and we've been married 20 years now, so.
That's about right. It was already too late. I was already in love.
Yeah.
Hey, when we met, I was young and foolish. I know, but
Now
I
you're
married
old
you
and
anyway.
foolish. Okay. All right. So, John, you're up next. Now, John's question is, should he take work overseas for a year? Now, I know he's a Sag, so he loves traveling. I do have that leg up. But
you know him, do you?
I know him.
Oh, well, that's an unfair
He's
advantage.
Michelle's Johnny, is.
Oh, well, there you go then.
All right. I'm going to see.
It's better to travel in my mind.
I got to have these two. Oh.
Well. And yet you ask another opinion. Not like you're not getting any guidance right now.
Making this decision is going to be a bitch.
It is already.
There's a lot to be
Excuse me, I'm
kind
sorry.
of. The details aren't worked out, is what I think. You know, I think it's a real offer, and I think that it's a good offer. But I think that you really, for your sake, need more specific parameters. You know, like they can't come to you later and say, you didn't do XYZ. You say, well, I wasn't instructed to do XYZ, and I wasn't going to take that on my own. I have no problem following instructions. I have no problem meeting deadlines and doing the work I'm supposed to do. But if you don't tell me what I'm supposed to do,
how am I supposed to know?
I'm not going to overstep my place and do ABC. But I think it's a position of authority.
Ooh.
I think it's a position of respect.
Ooh.
I'm going to say what I said to Diane. They think you can do it, or they wouldn't make you the offer.
That's true.
But the same things apply. I know I can do it. Do I want to do it? Traveling is nice. COVID is going to lift.
Eventually,
we think,
yeah. Yeah, we're going to get to the end of this pandemic eventually.
COVID is going to lift. People could come visit you. It's not like you'd be away from everybody all that time. So I'm going to say the offer is real. The offer is good. It's good for your morale, really. It's almost like a reward for hard work, as long as you get the details. So, well, you told me it was going to be 40 hours a week. Now it's 85, so I want to be compensated a little better. Whatever it is. This tells me the struggle is in the parameters or the outline or the, like, what does the job actually entail versus what it says on paper. But I do think it's a place of respect and authority, and I think you would enjoy it. And I think there's something really important going on with that choice in April. So I think it's something you're going to have to do fairly quickly, to make the decision fairly quickly. But I think it is a good opportunity. It's just, do you want to do it? So I can't tell you what you want to do. I can tell you I don't see anything blocking it, but I can't tell you what you want to do. All right. So now I'm just going to catch up here. Chrissy, yes, if you have a question, please let us know. Lex Luthor. I love it.
Hello.
Lex Luthor, this is about family. How does M think about me?
Well.
And then we've got Anne Marie, our friend in Florida, Anna Marie.
Yes.
And Ashley. And if any of you want a card, or if you've asked for a reading and you want to give us a subject, that's fine. If you don't, we'll just give you a general.
We can do that.
Again, we would say kind of stick around and listen to what we're telling other people. Oh, Anne Marie's going to do a super chat, so she's next.
Anna Marie has discovered how you get to the front of the list.
All right. So yes, if you give us super chat, you get 3 cards. So it's...
I pulled 2, you pulled 1 this time then.
You pulled 2? Okay.
Yeah, what's Anna Marie's...
We don't know your question, general, okay?
All right. Well, here's one.
Dum, da, da, dum, da, da, dum, da, da, dum.
What is on the cards for you?
2.
Oh. Well, should I go first?
Certainly.
Sherpenly. Why Sherpenly?
Yes, Lisa, I have you on the list for relationship. But when somebody super chats, they jump the queue. They jump to the top of the line. So after you, we go back to the regular list, which is Eileen, Jennifer, El Cleo, the vegan medium, and then you. So we're after the vegan medium, Lisa.
That's right.
All right. So this is
interesting. So the first card that you've got, Anna Marie. Yeah, I think it's Anna Marie, isn't it?
Yep.
Because if I screw up your name, please forgive me. So we've got the 6 of Swords. The next card we pull for you is the King of Swords, and then we get Temperance. So what does it all mean? Well, here's the thing, and I want to say I almost want to follow on from the whole overseas travel kind of thing going on here, because I think somehow this is indicated, and but I don't think we're talking about necessarily a massive ocean either. So maybe it's across Lake Ontario or somewhere, or whatever it is. Not a million miles away. I mean, like maybe to Bermuda or something like that. I don't know. It's not. We're not talking. We're talking because there's coast. You're not talking bazillions of miles across the Atlantic or whatever. We're talking about you can see the coast. So these 3 dolmen are really important. We're also moving from rougher waters into smoother waters, which is all in all not bad. However, King of Swords. Yes, bad experiences come from poor judgment. However, good judgment comes from bad experiences. So, if you can learn from past situations that you have found yourself in, and bring that to bear, I think we can do an awful lot. Because
she said, "Oh my God, I'm planning Vegas."
Oh well, they have waterfalls in Vegas, don't they? see you with a bottle of booze in your hand, paddling around. They can do it. Well, officer, it looked like a pond to me. Temperance. Oh, this is such an interesting card. In fact, let's look closer. Let's do some etymology here. See the word temper there? I don't know if you got that. All right. So, temper. Ooh, temper. Or does it mean, nobody has a bad temper, by the way, or a good temper. They are of good temper, or they are of bad temper. What does that mean exactly?
I don't know. Talk around
Well,
in circles.
Kind of. I know we temper lots of things, including chocolate. But typically tempering is something that's done to a sword. And we're talking about swords here. In fact, they're all swords that came up in your reading. So why do you temper a sword? Well, you want something that's going to maintain a very sharp cutting edge, but it needs to be flexible. Because if it's super sharp and like cast iron, first time you try and chop anything with it, the sword itself is going to shatter into 1,000 pieces, making it utterly useless. Or you're going to have something that is very flexible but will dull and will be completely useless. So we need to have that good tempering. And it's interesting that we use extremes of temperature for a very temporary period to bring about the tempering of this blade. We take, our sword, we plunge it into white hot coals, immediately out into freezing cold water. The heat only penetrates a short distance into the metal, so it remains malleable and flexible inside, but hard as nails on the outside of it. So you've got that wonderful temper. That's what you got to do. Okay, you've got to take those crappy experiences that you've got to be part of this tempering process for you, to be able to be gracious, but not suffer fools gladly. By all means, be generous and altruistic, but don't be a schmuck. You know what I'm saying? And I do think that this trip is going to be quite cool for you, actually. Much needed, long overdue. I really do think so.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're going to do that completely differently.
Well,
now.
we do things completely differently.
We do.
Well, because you did mention that you are actually going on a trip, I'm going to say I think you should go no matter what, right? If you're planning to go with somebody and they bail at the last minute, go anyway.
Just do it anyway.
I want to say that there's some sort of legal matter that's being settled in your favor, and once that's settled, you'll feel a lot more comfortable. And for me, this card in your reading, Temperance, I feel like this has to do with your health,
Okay.
and rebuilding. Almost like you don't feel that you're up for walking or something. So over these next few weeks or a few months, while you're still in the planning changes, in the planning stages, you may want to build up your strength. Like, I don't know if you have asthma and you haven't been able to walk much, or you haven't been able to do stairs, or you have something going on with your legs, but there's something where you've been a little concerned about walking, and I think that's all that's holding you back from going and having a fantastic time. So yes, I would say that get your ticket soon and get yourself psyched up and look forward to it. Get yourself ready. You're going to be fine.
Get yourself in good temper.
In good temper. Yes. Good Lord. All right. So that was Anna. Now I'm up next for Eileen.
Eileen!
Right. So
We got a ton of stuff going
I'm just
on
making
here.
sure I got everybody.
Just give us a minute while we catch up.
Lex Luthor said hello about his family. And I think, and I caught up with Lisa. I think we're all set now. I'm up with Eileen for general. So Eileen, if you're still there, this is your general.
It's your card.
It's your general.
Also, his name is General Chaos. It's quite remarkable.
I'm loving that we get a chance to share this card.
Ooh! Yes!
So, I learned something really cool about this card the other day. And Mary Kay Greer, who is an avid tarot reader for many, many years, posted that she saw it in a police drama where there was a blind man carrying a lantern at night. And he was, questioned, and they said, well, if you can't even see, why do you need a light at night? And he said, well, I'm lighting the way for others. And she realized that the hermit's eyes are closed on this card. So he has all this knowledge. He now is tasked with enlightening others. So this is a general reading. I'm going to say that, I want to word this correctly. I think this card is telling you that you are exceptionally intelligent and that you do have enlightenment, spiritual intelligence, not just emotional intelligence. But I want to say that sometimes letting somebody else find the conclusion rather than just telling them is okay. So you're going to enlighten others by showing them the path and lighting the way, not necessarily giving the answer or doing the work, right? They have to find their own answer. They have to do their own work. But you can certainly give counsel, and you can certainly light the right way to go. So you might know the right way to do it, and I think you're a pretty sharp cookie. And I think that you also understand some people have to do it for themselves. That doesn't mean that you can't be there supporting them. So I'm going to say, in general, this year for you is going to be about being kind of behind the scenes and supportive and effing amazing.
You won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor, right?
All right.
All right. Who we got now?
Okay. Ashley said, Ashley, yes, I put you on the list. Oh, you want general. Okay. And Chrissy, you had asked for a card, but we still didn't have a focus, but we can just do general.
Okay, we'll do that.
All right. And Jennifer P is general for Anton.
So it's Jennifer P for me?
Jennifer P for you, general.
Jennifer.
Jennifer with a general.
Everybody wants to know about general. So the general kills some disorder? Marvellous. Yeah, shuffle them. They're too big for me. I can't do that. If I attempted to shuffle these cards, they would be all over the bleeding floor.
It's a real big shuffle this time.
Yes, I think so. Why, thank you. I know it's this one, if I can get to it. There we go.
Lots of fives tonight.
It's a 5. We have lots of 5s.
We've had quite a few 5s. We've had the 5 of Swords, the guys on the beach. We've had the 5 of Wands for John. There's lots of 5s.
Jennifer, I just want to say it's all right, love.
5s are struggle, but this one's a pretty decent one.
I want to say it's all right. It's okay. It's not as crappy as you think it is. It always appears darkest before dawn. Actually, it doesn't. That's a total lie. The sky starts to pale. And if you don't believe me, we've got a wonderful Yule sunrise video that you can go check out when you're done watching that. We actually did a time lapse over the ridge and got the sun coming up on Yule, which was beautiful. But anyway, digression. Things feel pretty meh at the moment. You know what I mean? They're feeling like drudgery and discomfort, and I think sometimes you wear badges that you think others want you to wear. Now, where am I coming from with this? Well, we've got two fairly dishevelled characters here, trudging through the snow, illuminated obviously by this amazingly ornate, which you can only imagine gilded. The the church at one point had all the wealth. In fact, they probably still bloody
could
do.
buy Manhattan
to
if
be
they
honest,
wanted,
yeah, they could cancel the entire third world's national debt if they sold a couple of their properties in Manhattan. But no, it's better to have the fancy windows and all that. So the light from this fancy window is shining on them, and it can't be, the thought of like, wouldn't it be nice if only, wouldn't it be nice to be in your shoes, kind of thing. Whereas I'm almost barefoot struggling through the flaming snow here. Now, what I want you to realise is that focused on resentment and lack is drawing more of that to you. I know that's a hard thing to say, and it's like me coming up to you and slapping you across the face and saying, come on, pull yourself together. But honestly, if you focus on what you haven't got, you realise you haven't got a lot of things, It's like, how long must we wait? Well, until waiting is done. But, well, how long is that? Put a time on it. No, you're still waiting. That's where your focus is, on my lack, I don't have it yet. It's in the future and I don't have it now. And that just is a source of continual frustration for you. And I think this, oh, woe is me, how difficult it is. I mean, let's look at this leper for a moment. You notice he's got a bell round his neck. That's how I know he's a leper, because lepers were made to wear bells around their neck, right? So people could run away and hide, just so they couldn't catch eyes on the leper and thereby catch leprosy.
I don't think she's a leper.
She's not a leper. I'm not saying that at all. We know nowadays you could go up and snog this leper full on the face and not get leprosy. Okay.
Oh my God.
So. It's not how things work, but nonetheless, who the hell, if people were so frightened of him, who made him wear that bell? He made himself wear that bell, okay? And I think this is what you're doing to you as well, Jennifer, right now. I know this is harsh medicine, but I want you to realise that that it can change for you. It can change completely for you.
She can peel the bum magnet off her forehead if she wants to.
Well, there you go. It's a question of self-worth and where you're focused on and what you're focused on. And if you focused on how incredibly awesome a person you truly are, and that how much you've got to give, and how much how good it feels just to do something as random as hold a door open for somebody. Just doing something as random as that, or letting somebody cut in line in front of you. They've got a couple of things, or what have you. If you'll just do that and start practice little random acts of kindness. They don't have to be the most magnanimous gestures, just little random acts of kindness. And focus on your blessings. Focus on things which you can be grateful for. This transforms. Yeah?
She said, now that you say it, I am the leper.
You ain't. You're no leper. You're not.
You're gonna get good stuff done.
It's gonna come good for you. Just change your focus, all right?
All right. So, El Cleo, what does the new year have in store for El Cleo?
Ooh.
So you heard everything that I said to Eileen about this card, so I don't want to repeat all that. For you, I think there is some of that, but this is a separate person, separate reading, even though we have the same card. And I think that there's an offer of some sort of formal schooling for you.
Oh, hello.
Now, that doesn't necessarily have to be a master's degree or something like that in college, but it could be a master's in Reiki.
Ooh.
So I feel like there's something that you've always wanted to learn. And I think that is going to be offered as an opportunity for you. So I think there is some sort of certification or licensing or degree coming for you this year. So it's some sort of personal marker. And I think it's going to be really, really good. So it doesn't have to be, tons of credits and all that. It could just be something that's one evening a week, adult education, but it's something that you're going to get either a license or certification, and something that you've always wanted to do. and I think it's going to go really well. All right. The vegan medium, love.
Vegan medium. I love that. That's a cool name. That's a cool name. We like cool names.
Why are you crying, El Cleo? What was sad about that? You don't want to go to school? You don't want to? I'm sorry.
I don't know. She carries this onion around with her. Here, sniff that. I always like to do that.
Or is that crying laughing? Because I kind of don't know much about these little emoticons.
Emoticons.
things.
Yes, we're not very good at emoticons.
All right. This is for the vegan medium.
Who
A
has?
love card.
Love card. All right.
Just hit me with it. Tell it like it is.
Mixed signals.
Oh, that's the same that he told Tom.
I'm going to refer you.
Come here. Not so close.
Yes, come here. Oh, hold your distance. Step back. I get that.
How do you let him in, man? How do you let him in?
Well, you see, the thing is, that's the trouble. Trust is something, unless you pay it forwards, you're in a Mexican standoff from the get-go. Oh, they don't trust me. Well, I don't trust them. Well, they don't trust me. How do I know I can trust them? But, and so daggers drawn, or short swords, as the case may be here. It's okay,
Unless, of course, you're a Virgo, then all bets are off. Sorry.
Oh, you're cruel. You're cruel. I just want to say, it is better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. And I know that's William Shakespeare. It wasn't me. I'm not that poetic, believe me.
William Shatner. Sorry.
We don't have a bridge, so only a tower. What? Damn it! Why aren't I told these things? No, seriously. Watch those mixed signals. I get it's hard to trust. I understand that, yeah? But it's, if you're going to go around expecting the other shoe to drop, what you're doing is effectively grabbing what the crap that's happened in the past and dragging it forwards with you and bringing it into any possibility of any relationship right now. So whoever the potential suitor is, they're dealing with, something outside of the remit of their control, and it can be difficult and quite disconcerting and not very good, not very conducive to good energies in a relationship. So sometimes, don't be a bloody fool. You know that, all right? You don't be a fool, but by the same token, don't be so closed that and I know, I guess that's what the evident of this battle that's going on, that you want to be open, but I get you. I do. Ooh.
What have you noticed?
Oh, no. It's all... you've got to go and watch... it's 1,000 years old. You've Got Mail. All right? And strike up that kind of conversation when you do not know who the other party truly is, if you know what I mean. Whereas if you clapped eyes on them, you'd make a sweeping assumption, And I think making an assumption, remember the Virgo rising, mate, I hear you, I feel your pain, Tom, I do. This isn't your reading, shut up.
He can listen. It was his card.
I know. Maybe you're getting the second dose. Take 2 of these. Yes, and keep yourself warm. Drink plenty of fluids.
No, but I think what he's trying to say is, don't judge a book by its cover.
And it's interesting that should come up there, because I'm really feeling books are in here somewhere. And the written medium, yes, the medium of writing as a communication.
Right, because you talk about Shakespeare and then
something. Go ponder that for a
while. Go to the library.
Go ponder. Maybe.
All right, Lisa.
I don't know. I think librarians can be quite hot. Reading is sexy.
I think he has a crush on Linda. All right.
We all love Linda.
All right. Lisa D'Angelo, relationship. She said she was Scorpio and truly won. So this is a very kind of heavy side of Scorpio card, right? Another 5. So we've now had all the 5s today.
We have. We've had all of the 5s.
This is about recognizing all that you've learned from the experience, but letting it go and turning around to the cups of hope that are still full over here, right? If you're dwelling on past relationships that didn't go well or water that's already traveled under the bridge, you're again in that space where you're kind of holding your past against your future. And I get that Scorpio doesn't really get close to people very easily. So, you might be once or twice bitten and now you're kind of shy. But I want to also point out that this character is wearing a cloak of protection. It's black. So you are protected as you cope and deal and process. And if you can get yourself to turn around and go out there and jump back in the dating pool, you're going to find the right person.
I want to add one little thing to that. I know I'm not supposed to, but the bridge is really jumping out at me, and I would just give you the immortal words of Ben de Gaidvran, Avol ben be de bond, which means he would be a leader must first be a bridge. So for you, look to build bridges, not burn boats.
Okay. Chrissy, general.
Another bloody general.
Another general.
General panic and disorder. It's well, now then, Chrissy, this is an interesting card. Actually, one of my personal favourites here. Oodles, my dear, of untapped potential.
Ooh.
Untapped, as yet unrealised. Dead giveaway. Observe, if you will, we've got to go this way because that's not
It's
the mirror.
opposite, yeah.
Yeah,
the plowed fields.
The plowed field. Plowed field means it's prepared. It's ready to show crops, but there ain't nothing there yet. You might have to plant them. They may have been planted, but they're not showing themselves as yet. I think what's really awesome about you is your ability to think totally outside of the box. And I see this as being your strength that will take you into crazy uncharted waters, I want to say. That you're one of these people who doesn't know that something cannot be done. And I think that's an amazing...
Very
I know it sounds...
very Capricorn.
Yeah, it sounds like
every mountain.
The bloody goats, that's what they do, isn't it? But this dolmen here, this is interesting. This is about, recognizing the way. If you don't know it perfectly clearly, you've got to at least have a loose idea, okay, the sun's here, that hill's over there, I got to go between the two of them, That's as loose as you kind of need it. It's just general direction. But if you've got a loose idea, just let yourself go. Give that incredible intellect and that balmy reasoning mind of yours, just give it full rein. Just do not for a moment start second guessing yourself, thinking, oh God, no, that'll never work. Just have at it. Just go wild. And I think this is gonna bring you to a realization of some incredible potential. But you've got to stick your neck out a little bit here. Okay. All right.
I got your question for Amanda Anne Marie, but next up is Lex Luthor. How does M think?
You get to read Lex Luthor. Oh, what is it at the morning show where the guy, the network head, he reminds me of Lex Luthor. That's it's exactly the right amount of wrong.
Now, this is very interesting because this is the card of being self-employed. But I don't think that is necessarily the answer to the question. All right? I'm going to say that I think what we have here are two people who are family that neither one has a way to understand where the other one is coming from. Right? That there's they just have different makeup, a different way of coping, a different way of dealing, a different outlook on life. So M might be saying, look, you really need to figure out what you're going to do with your life. What are you going to have as a career? How are you going to make something of yourself? You know, I had to work so hard, or like comparing your life to their experience, because that's where they're coming from. And you're in a different position going, well, how am I supposed to know what I want to be now? There's several things I could do. I'm going to be all right. I don't need to work for the man forever. I'm going to have my own business. And I'm not saying that either person is right or wrong. What I'm saying is, in this relationship, there needs to be a lot deeper communication, or the other person's perspective will be ignored, overlooked, or dismissed. So while they might be dismissing you because they don't get it, you're also in a way dismissing them because you don't get it. You can't see out their eyes. I feel like they are only acting the way they're acting to try to protect and guide you to what they think is right. But what they think is right might be right for them. So I think to fix this relationship, Lex Luthor, a lot more communication has to be had. And, you could go to therapy together. So you had a safe person there to try to help you find the common ground. All right.
Communication. It's always a bugger, isn't it?
Ashley,
Who do we got now?
You're up next. Ashley General.
Everybody wants to know about generals. Would you give those a shuffle for me, please?
Tom, how do you feel about a move to Colorado? No, I don't want to move to Colorado,
You propositioning
Tom.
my wife, Tom. Steady, mate.
Is that the only place they're offering a fencing class? I had to step away, but
No,
thank
that's
you
the
for
wrong
the
kind of
reading.
fencing. That's you're not supposed to be knocking fence posts in the ground around the range. You
I
know?
think Colorado is a beautiful place, but I'm concerned with the climate change. Things have not been very kind to them.
Isn't Denver in Colorado? Isn't it?
Denver's in Colorado.
Supposed to be amazingly beautiful. It's on my bucket list.
All right, this
All
is
right.
Ashley General.
All right, let's have a look at Ashley then. Ooh,
That's a new one.
well, it's an 8 of Cups we got for you, Ashley.
It's general.
It's general, but it's very specific. I think about what you're doing right now. I think this is not smash it all and storm off in a fit, but this is just take a sabbatical. Separate yourself from this for a while. 1,000 years ago, in a land far, far away. Well, no, actually, it was here. It's when I first came to here. I actually taught for Apple, and I taught technical training. So the trouble with really smart people, and I'm going to put you in this smart people category here, Ashley. The trouble with smart people is they got to figure it out. They've got to work out the issue. And I have to remind people time and time again of the human element. That what happens when you get too embroiled in a situation and too obsessive about it and you've got to solve it, is you're going to wind up just taking out a shovel and digging until you hit rock bottom and then continue to dig as well. And you dig yourself a bloody great big hole because you're trying to work it out rather than sometimes just like step the hell away from it. Put your mind somewhere else for a while. Engage some other part of you. And, when you're troubleshooting, don't just go and get a cup of coffee or whatever and then mull it over your copy. Put your mind somewhere else. Actually do something completely different. So I think you're getting frustrated with, there's progress being made, but it's not the kind of progress that you want to be making right now. And I think you've almost like hit a wall and you're feeling that it's getting difficult. And there's part of you just wants to like kick the crap out everywhere, throw a pissy fit and off you go, And yeah, you could do that. But I'm saying do not destroy what you've built here. But do take a sabbatical from it. Put your mind somewhere else. Do something else. Pursue something else temporarily. All right, and you may find yourself come back to that with a renewed focus. So this could be work related. This could be an interpersonal relationship level. It's on many dimensions, but it's showing the necessity for you to to separate yourself from it so you're not so closely involved in it right now. And it's really interesting because this kind of mirrors the energy that we've been getting again and again and again with the Three of Wands that's come up multiple times tonight. So it's kind of fascinating, I think. There's definitely a theme tonight.
Oh, yeah.
A theme.
Everybody's moving, everybody's grooving, baby. All right, this is Amanda, Anne-Marie's daughter.
Oh, hello.
Oh, right. Getting married in 3 months. Well, I think that...
There's a dowry involved.
No. Ignore him.
Sorry.
I think that,
Sorry.
I want to say that financially she may continue working even though that might not really be something she wants to do. I don't know why, but I think in my mind she really has her heart set on like staying home and having children. There's something in this agreement that may have to be revisited, because I think she may have to continue to work even if she works from home. But I do see security, love, a sense of worth in this union. But I think she may have her time frame a little off, or she may frustrate herself because it isn't exactly how she wanted. So you just remind her that life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans. And I know she really does love this guy, and he really does love her, so they're going to have to work it out. So I think finances have to be worked out, that she may still have to work, even though that might be something that they've already talked about and decided that she wouldn't. But maybe they decide to buy a big house, or maybe they decide something else. And I think she's going to have to... They have 5 children together. Wow.
That's a job in itself.
And they're starting their own business. Okay. She's going to put a lot into that business. Even though she thinks this is my way of taking a supportive role and stepping back, she's going to put a lot into it. A lot. Yes, she does. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely.
but maybe, like I said, maybe they're going to buy a house or something. I don't see anything wrong with them getting married. I just think that she has to be calm about time frames and expectations. Because,
Yeah.
All right. So,
Show.
we have done 29 sessions.
That's pretty good.
That's not too
I think
bad.
we should knock it on the head, personally. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna beg off a few minutes early because it is my birthday and I had a really rough day today.
I know there's a cupcake with your name on it
Yes,
somewhere.
I'm gonna go have some cake and try to relax because I got to do my rough day all over again.
Got to do it all again tomorrow.
But we'll get there.
Love Mercury retrograde.
Yeah.
No breakdown in communication there. So.
All right. So
All right.
thank you guys very much.
Yes, thank you.
If you haven't had a chance to go watch the healing ritual and be part of that, or to go take part in the prosperity ritual, go for that, okay? Because both of those things could certainly help you move forward into 2022, right? It's prosperity, wealth, and health. That's good things to have. We are going to be putting up the tarot scopes shortly. It's going to be a really amazing year for almost every person. You're going to have a lot of really good stuff. We're coming out of our dark time.
May you. There's some interesting things going to be brought to light. Let's put it that way. So.
But I did, of course, write an individual scope for each sign. So.
Yeah, and if you want to. Like a flavour of that, I think 11sies we put up on Monday.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of information from Monday's 11sies.
Do check that out.
It says Squalmare or Imbolc, but there's a ton of information about the coming year and Water Tiger and stuff like that. So.
And if you guys haven't already done so, please do hit that thumbs up button, like, comment as well afterwards, and just continue to spread the word.
Looks like my health is great. So mote it be,
Yay!
Tom.
There you go. Awesome. So thank you, everybody, for your incredible energy. We also love it. Yeah.
Thank you for your time. We know it's valuable.
We do. So do please like, comment, and subscribe. Check us out. We've got more videos coming.
Yeah, there's an interesting installation about the Mustang.
Oh, yes. We'll talk more about that. I'm just in the throes of editing that.
Lots going on.
Yes, a little bit of a shock horror moment there. So don't want to say too much at the moment, but you'll
see.
You'll see. Anyway. Thank you. It's been a pleasure. We're going to bid you a good evening.
Peace.
We're going to go and eat some cake and all that fun stuff. Yeah.
We have astrology class on Sunday. Yes, we do.
The fire monkey is the spoiler this year. I don't know what.
No, it's water tiger,
it's water
dude.
tiger. You've got your. You went and bought one of them cheap calendars, didn't you?
Maybe he's the monkey.
Oh, he could be. I suppose
he could be
a
fire monkey.
Could be. Don't
Yeah,
know.
he could be fire monkey.
Anyway, yeah. Either that, you've been buying cheap calendars again, which these things.
He's water tiger. I'm water rabbit.
It's all fun. Listen, we're going to go. Otherwise, we're just going to sit here and talk forever and ever and ever and ever.
All right.
So we're going to
Love
bid
you
you
guys.
an awful.
Thank you
so much for watching.
Peace.
Have a beautiful, beautiful evening, and we'll see you next on
Friday, Monday.
Yeah, circles and stuff. I don't know what.
Yeah, well, we have Friday night. We have a circle, so
that's
people
Zoom,
who come.
though.
That's a Zoom circle, but you could participate.
Yeah.
Just get the Zoom.
Yeah.
And no Zoom with the gin and cake. Not a good idea. Okay. Friday nights are always 7:00, Gilda.
Yep, always. Yep.
Friday night at 7 is our 56 Fire Monkey. Yeah, I was
there you
working
go.
it out because I'm like, okay, so he's. Yeah, I was trying to figure out your age. Yep. Anyway, yeah, Gilda, the Zoom link is always the same. Friday night, 7:00. You will get a separate thing for class, because you'll get the class information and you'll get your natal chart in a PDF. So you get a separate thing for class. That's separate.
Got to send all that stuff out. Yeah.
Yep.
Gonna get on the stick. All right. Thank you
right.
again. We're going to go forth,
Thank
come
you.
fifth and win a cup. Have a beautiful evening and blessed be.
Blessed be. So yeah, that's what I was planning to do tomorrow.